Hi, this is Mr. Butts again. This is the second video, which we're going to start doing shading and values. So when I start blocking in the vase part, you can make it like detailed or make it more like painterly. I kind of put a wash. Okay, a wash is like when you have you know, like a large pool of paint, like watery paint. And so some of this you could put like washes over. Okay, so I'm going to start with the vase. I'm going to kind of put in some values here. We're going to mix up some dark green. Okay, so we have I always start off with the color, which is green. Okay, and then we add, I'm going to add some of this, it's kind of a cool gray, like paint, it's called Payne's gray. Okay, and then I'm gonna kind of start with the values over here. Okay, so watercolor is going to work the best when you paint something on and you let it dry. Okay, it's when you work it too much that it becomes you start losing the detail. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of put this in quickly here and blocking in some of these values, and some of this I'm going to put on as a wash. There's kind of a wash underneath it, which I'm going to put on there and let dry. I'm going to make a real dark green over here. So I have like a warm green over here. It's kind of like an olive green, and then I have a cool green here. So and I'm going to use kind of a bigger brush on this over here, and we're just gonna paint it in. Okay, and so when you have like dark values, you can let it bleed. And see how we have this edge over here? If you just take it, wipe off your brush, and then just hit a little bit on the end. It'll kind of blend it a little bit. Alright, so then anywhere where there's dark, I'm going to come in here. Constantly mixing. Some of these over here, I'm going to come in, block in some of these. I'm just kind of do this quickly as a little demo thing. So I'm kind of keeping that edge on this leaf. Alright, now all these I'm going to just make all this dark back here. And you want to just let it dry, okay, because if you go into it wet, then that's when you run into problems with it bleeding into each other. You can use the tip of the brush for some details there. Alright, so with this I'm going to mix a dark purple. We're going to kind of go right in to the darks of the purple. Okay, so we're gonna mix some in here. I think I have this nice cool red. All right, so sometimes like this is taking forever to mix the purple. So we're just gonna go brighter red, and that'll get us there quicker. Okay, so this we're just gonna paint the darks of these flowers over here. Okay, and so flowers can look also good when you can have it loosely painted in here. You know, like I'm just gonna paint these darks in here. Alright, and then this has this over here. Alright, so you kind of want to be careful not to push things too quickly and work things too much. You want to build it slowly, okay? So some of these leaves here, some of these are like a little brighter, so I'm going to actually take a wash of this yellow and we are going to go over some of these over here. So if you do this, just kind of do it quickly and let it dry. The more you work with it, the more it affects the color underneath. You just want to kind of quickly put in some values. I mean, some, you know, just a warm hue in there. Okay, we're going to warm this up here. And then this one, this needs a lot of warmth in this one. So it's just kind of like pushing and pulling different values. You can start kind of painting in some details slowly as well. So see how I have the cool green over here? I'm going to warm this up by painting, you know, painting these over here, okay? And so all right, next thing, I'm going to take this orange. So a lot of times, like, I spontaneously paint all these in there, so then stuff jumps out of, like, once you work one area, then you have to, you know, work other areas to kind of bring them up to the same level. So I'm gonna take these. So I'm starting in the dark area on the bottom, and I'm kind of painting up. Alright, and then this one here, we're gonna kind of go red on this one. Orange, red for the darks. Okay, and then just kind of follow it around there. Maybe a little bit over here. And then these are, you know, these orange flowers in here. Make those pop a little bit more. Okay. And some of them have brown. So we're going to make a brownish version over here. So orange and green are kind of opposites. They're split complements. So a lot of times, like, you could, by adding orange to a color, it really makes it I mean, by adding orange to green, it kind of knocks out the green and becomes brown. Alright, so this here, kind of go up there. Alright, so we're just gonna put some color in here. I'm not too concerned about the shape. I'm just kind of putting in some different colors over here. Okay, so that's kind of that's the last part of this video. Okay, and there'll be one more where we're just going to kind of wrap up. I'm kind of just doing a little demo. You know, generally I would even spend more time than I'm doing here. But you just kind of push and pull like this over here. So this, we're going to warm up this stem, and that's about it. And sometimes you can take a wet brush and blend some of those in there. And then maybe put some yellow in here. So there's almost done. I know I said it was done, but sometimes you can't let it go. So then here we're just gonna see how this is like pretty abstract. That's kind of like underpainting, okay? So you can come in here and put in some colors, and then I'm leaving some white because later we want to come in and put in, you know, leave those whites and put in some details of the jar or the vase or whatever. All right. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.